No, no. Once you're on your mat, we're 6 feet apart, or more, much more than 6 feet apart, but like 10 feet apart. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, while you're up and walking around, certainly a mask, but when you're in your chair, feet okay. We're not going to do too much like really breathing.
We have to breathe, don't we?
Okay, let's get seated in our chair and find your sit bones. And lift yourself up and out of your center. At the same time, see if you can soften your belly. And then we'll take our shoulders up, back, and down. And just let them land in a place that's down, away from your ears, and allows your chest to open, and we'll close our eyes. I like to turn my palms up to the ceiling. More of a receptive pose. So just drawing your breath down deep into your belly. We'll take a little inventory from our head to our toes, and just seeking out any tension or achiness or holding. And then just allow your breath to move into that space. And when you're ready, come back and let your eyes gently open. And bring our hands together into Namaste. Little Namaste bow. The light in me honors the light in you. Okay, let's get started. Let's move to the edge of our chair. And rather than move more forward, Marilyn, I'm going to move back. And then I'm going to caution you as you come to the edge of your chair. These chairs are a little tricky, you know, so just be mindful of that, how your weight is distributed. I am tempted to get some chairs from the COA, you know, just because they're a little sturdier. Okay. All right, so let's take our arms down by our side and we'll roll those shoulders up, down, and back. And draw them up, down, and back, and we'll add a little squeeze for the shoulder blades. Just notice how that opens the chest when you do that. Again, up, down, and back. A little squeeze. And then one last time. Let's take a nice deep breath in. We'll use the arms, taking them out and up. Let those hands come together, and we'll let it out and down. So when I lift my hands up, I allow the palms to be looking down about to here. And then I turn them up and meet them at the top. So just see how that feels. It's just an option. Halfway up, and we'll turn them up. The hands meet, and then halfway down, we'll turn them down. It's just more mindful of your shoulders. And then we'll roll those shoulders up, down, and back. Let's take them up to your ears, and we'll hold and squeeze. And then release the effort. And once more, to your ears, and hold and squeeze. And release the effort. Let's do a bit of a twist. We'll take the left hand all the way over to the right knee, and then the right hand on top. Don't lose your nice good posture, and we'll inhale. This is my right arm out and back. And let the exhale close the hands together. Let's do a few more. And one last one. And then we'll switch it up. Right hand over to left knee and left hand up top. Inhaling up and out. Exhale, hands together. Let's do two more. And one last one. So we'll come to center and use your exhale to reach to the ankles.
Take stock in your back. How's your back feel? See if you can just gently nod your head from side to side and maybe up and down. We're just noticing.
And then we'll walk the hands up and over and come back to seating. We'll take a breath with that swimming feeling that you might get. And use the exhale to reach down to your ankles.
See if you can allow the head to release. Maybe you're gently moving the chin side to side or nodding the head up and down.
And then gently walking your hands up, back, and down. Again, be mindful of this, the way we distribute the weight in these fun chairs. Let's take and hold the underside of your chair with one hand, and the other one will bring it right up here next to your ear. So if you have some space, that'll work too. And we're just going to use the exhale to open the side. And notice your sit bones. Try to keep them grounded. As you move to one side, let's do one more. And we'll allow that arm to come down. We'll switch it up, holding the underside of your chair. And the other arm right up next to your ear, we're going to open it up. So you can ground down through those sit bones. And then open it up, and the arm comes down. Let's reach to the back of your chair. You might not be able to go very high. See what's going to work with your shoulders. You can hold way down here. We're just looking to open the chest. And drop your chin just a bit towards your chest. Okay, let's begin with an inhale here. And as we exhale, we'll bring the arms out in front and we'll round through the spine again, tuck your chin. So inhale, reaching back or down. And exhale, reaching forward and round. Let's do a couple more. And last one. And release the arms, release the spine. Okay, let's sit back in our chair. And we're going to stretch the right leg forward. This is a funny kind of chair because it could go up on about the chairs. All right, we're going to point and flex. And then we'll make some big circles. And then we'll rotate the ankle in the opposite direction. And notice how one side is a little stiffer maybe. And release, and we'll go to the other side. Little point and flex. And then big circles round and round. And other direction, big circles. And then release, and we'll stretch out both legs, point and flex. And then circles towards each other, we'll add the hands. And then the other direction. Okay, release the legs, release the hands, and we'll come forward to the edge of our chair. We'll spend a few minutes in our hips. So let's walk the feet nice and wide. And again, be mindful of that weight distribution. And then we'll walk them together. And then we'll walk them wide. And we'll walk them together. And last time, we'll walk them wide. And we're going to take the forearms and just bring them right down here on your thighs. So just take a moment to notice if your ankles are under your knees. You don't want them more forward or more backward. You want them directly under, supporting those knees. And drop down into the center. We're going to lift the chest. Be mindful of your neck here. If you're looking up too much, back of your neck is crunch, crunch. You can keep your chin down just a bit in line with your chest, and we'll inhale and lift your heart. And then exhale and round through the spine. Inhale and lift your heart. Keep those elbows on your thighs. It's going to help you stay up. And then exhale and round. And then we'll place the hands where the elbows were. And come to seated. We'll walk those feet together. Let's come to center for a breath. Nice deep breath in your belly. Stretch out one leg. So this is my right leg. I'm not going to add the reach because I just don't trust the chair. So we're just going to stretch one leg and then the other. Back to the first. And then the other. And once more, just stretch it out. And back to center. Let's take one knee and give it a little hug. Activate those feet by pressing down through your heel. And then we'll release and go to the other side. And release. And we'll do a little open, close for our hips. Okay, let's stand up. I'm just going to check my Zoom here. I'm going to stand behind my chair. come into our mountain pose with our feet and our legs and our hips. And we'll take those shoulders up, down, and back. And reach your fingers down towards the floor. At the same time, reach the top of your head to the ceiling. Standing up nice and straight and tall. Let's add a breath out to the side and all the way up. And out and down. Let's do one more like that. This time we'll interlace our fingers and press your palms to the ceiling. Just go off to one side. Inhale to the center. And then the other side. And release the fingers, release the arms, and roll the shoulders up, down, and back. Okay. Let's begin by just inhaling up onto the balls of your feet. Right, we do this all the time. And then come down and lift the toes. So you're just shifting weight forward and back, and you've got your chair if you need it. Yeah, it's not easy. It's a good balance pose to do when you're standing at the sink. You know, you've got your counter. It's a good one. And then notice if the weight kind of rolls out to the pinky side of your foot. See if you can maintain the bulk of the weight kind of on the ball of the big toe, that just kind of fleshy mass under your toe. See how that feels. Okay, let's do a few rolls out to the sides. You might have to open your feet a little wider. Just a couple of rolls out to the outside edge. And then back to the center. Okay, let's open our feet a little wider than you would for a mountain. And we're just gonna sway from side to side. You can put your hands on your hips. And you'll decide how you want your feet when you start moving. Now let's make some big circles. So we're pressing your hips forward and back. And we'll come back to the center and go in the opposite direction, big circles. Easy knees for this. And last one, we'll come back to the center. Let's open our feet nice and wide. You can point your toes forward, or to the corners of the room, whichever works. And with your hands on your chair, we're just gonna bend one knee and then the other. And just notice how the weight shifts from foot to foot. See if you can support the weight with the whole foot. And then we'll lift up to center and walk those feet together. Let's come back to mountain for a breath. Nice deep breath in your belly. Okay, I'm going to take my chair to the top. So I'm looking at the seat. Well, you know what, I'm going to do the other direction. He's a carrot. Huh? Yeah. Okay, so I'm standing almost right up to the two legs of the chair. And we'll do a sun salutation. Beginning in our mountain pose, we'll take a breath out and up. And then as you exhale, we'll bend from the hip and come forward into that forward bend. Now my head is hovering over the seat of the chair. My knees are not locked back, but they're easy. And I'm going to use an inhale to lift up. My fingers are nice and wide here. This is the half forward bend, and then use an exhale to come down into your forward bend again. The inhale lifts you up into the half forward bend. Now I'm going to take my hands and hold the outside of the chair really nice and firm. And this is my right foot. I'm stepping back. And I'm even stepping my left foot a little forward. My hips are both forward, and I'm bending the forward knee. So I'm into a lunge pose. See if you can lift your heart. Instead of looking down at your chair, lift your heart. Allow the weight to come into your feet and legs. And if you had to, you could take your hands away. And we're going to step the left foot back, even them out, and we'll press back into a downward dog. Easy knees, never locked back. And I'm going to step the right foot forward, coming into a lunge on the other side. And then I'm going to step the left foot forward and balance them out. Come into a forward bend. Inhale, half forward bend, easy knees. We'll take those hands from the chair just above and press your feet into the floor. The last thing to come up is your head. And we'll take those shoulders up, down, and back. Let's try another one of those. So inhaling out and up. You can look up there if you don't have any neck issues. If it's too much for your neck, because it is quite a stretch, don't look. And even keep some space between your hands. And then we'll exhale, bending from your hip, easy knees, forward bend. Inhale, half forward bend. Inhale, this time left foot steps back. I'm even moving my right foot a little more forward so that when I bend the knee, I can lift my heart. Next, inhale, I'm going to step the right foot back this time and press all the way back into downward dog. Let's add an upward dog by coming up onto the balls of your feet and dropping your hips forward. Actually, I'm going to leave this for a plank, which means my head and my shoulders and my heels are all in one straight line. And then I'm going to press back again, downward dog. This time, the left foot steps all the way forward, back into our lunge. Right foot steps all the way forward, and I take a moment to even them out. Exhale into forward bend, easy knees. Use the inhale to come to half forward bend, nice soft knees. I'm going to take my hands from the chair above the knees, press your feet all the way in as you roll up. Shoulders up, down, and back. Let's hold for a nice deep breath. Let's do another one like that. So good. Okay. Let's come to the side of our chair. So for me, my left leg is to the side of the chair. And we're going to try a triangle pose. So it always begins in a mountain. And we're going to open our feet nice and wide. Don't be afraid to go nice and wide because we have our chair. And we're gonna inhale those arms out to the side and halfway up. Press your hips just a bit forward to kind of even them out so they're not back, they're not too much forward, but right in the center. And we're gonna ease one hand down towards your chair. So we're reaching to the chair. Yeah.
That's what I always put wrong.
That's okay.
Left to right.
We'll inhale it up and exhale it down. Let's try it again. This time let's get a little closer to the chair. My leg here, my left leg, is actually hitting the side of the chair or the front of the chair. Easy knees, they're not locked backwards. We're going to inhale the arms up at shoulder height. Hips in neutral, and we'll exhale and reach down towards the chair. One arm reaches, one arm up. And inhale, come up, and the arms come down. So for you, you can just turn around. For me, I'm going to move my chair. You can just face the opposite direction and leave your chair right where it is. Choose to. Beginning in a mountain, we'll open those feet nice and wide. The side of my calf is actually hitting the chair. And my hips are in neutral. Shoulders up, down, and back. We're going to inhale up the arms, up at shoulder height. And exhale, we're reaching down to the chair. The other arm reaches up. You can even take the palm to face you. And you're going to inhale up and exhale, arms down. Roll your shoulders up, down, and back. Inhale the arms up and out to the side. Exhale, reaching down to the chair. Inhaling, coming back to center, and exhale the arms down. Let's walk those feet together. Let's go to the other side, but this time we'll have the seat of the chair looking away. So we have the top of the chair really accessible to you. I'm doing a lot of furniture moving today. Okay, let's begin mountain. Take those shoulders up, down, and back. And we're going to widen our feet nice and wide. The feet can be forward, go to the corners of the room. We're going to inhale the arms out to the side, up at shoulder height, and exhale. Reach to the chair. Opposite hand palm can look up. And exhale, arms out and down. Let's try it again. Inhaling, arms out to the side and up. Exhale, reach that hand and arm closest to the chair. Here we go. Inhale, coming back to center, and arms come down. Let's walk the feet together. And go to the other side. Last time I went to move your chair, I promise. Beginning in mountain, we'll open those feet nice and wide. Mine are a bit pointed to the corners of the room. We're going to inhale up the arms at shoulder height. Exhale, reach to the chair. Extended palm can be facing you. And inhale up, the arms come down. Let's try it again. Inhale, arms out to the side. The exhale reaches to the chair, and the opposite arm all the way up. Palm is reaching towards you, your head, your ear, your shoulder. Inhale out and the arms come down. And let's walk those feet together. Let's center in a mountain and we'll add a nice deep breath. Using the arms out and up. And exhale them out and down. Beautiful. So let's face the back of our chair. I'm just moving it for camera purposes. So come to a mountain right behind your chair. We'll begin with a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, we'll walk the feet away. Easy knees. Dropping your head between your elbows, see what you can do. And as you inhale, we'll start to walk towards the back of the chair and ease up at the same time. Let's try it again using our breath. Beginning with an inhale. And exhale, walk the feet away. Coming down into the downward dog. Use the in-breath to start walking to the back of the chair. And one last time. Starting with an inhale. And using the exhale to walk away. Coming down into a downward dog. Inhaling, walking back towards your chair. Let's hold for a breath. And we'll come back into our chair. I'm trying to minimize the floor poses for our Zoom folks, or anyone really. Okay, let's do some poses in the chair. So we'll come to the edge of our chair. Again, be mindful of how you distribute your weight here. Sitting up nice and straight and tall. Nice deep breath into the belly. Okay, you're going to stretch one leg out into what is kind of like a half downward dog. You don't want to go both legs out. We'll do one at a time. Starting with your arms down by your side. Take those shoulders, roll them up, down, and back. We're going to use the inhale to take the arms out to the side, and then all the way up we have our palms facing forward. And we're going to use the exhale just to come a bit forward. We're just coming inches forward and then inhaling up and back. The arms come down and feet on the floor. Downward dog. In a chair, opposite leg, we'll stretch it out. Think about how you're distributing your weight. Shoulders come up, down, and back. We're going to use the inhale to take the arms out to the side. We'll bring them all the way up. Our palms are facing forward. Use your next exhale just to dip your chest forward, the hands forward, just inches forward. And then we're inhaling back up. And exhaling, arms out and down, both feet on the floor. Let's take one knee into your chest. We'll give it a hug. The other knee into your chest. We'll give it a hug. Okay. Sit just a bit more back in your chair. So you're about halfway forward and halfway back. And we're going to bring our feet together. So you can feel your big toes touching, maybe your ankles touching, maybe your knees and thighs touching. So we're going to take, this is my right thigh, and I'm going to cross it over my left. This is a little tricky. So think about how your feet are spaced. Mine's in the center. Holding on to those knees. We'll sit up nice and straight and tall, so we're taking the shoulders back and down. Okay, so if you feel like you could take your hands away from your knees, we'll take them down by our side. Again, roll the shoulders up, down, and back. Inhale. Arms out to the side. We're going to bend the elbows at shoulder height and then draw them together right out in front. So elbows, heels of your hands and fingers. Notice your head and neck. How is it feeling? Getting quite a stretch behind your shoulders. That foot that's on top, let's point the toes towards the floor. So we have this opposite stretch happening. If you want to go a little further, this is my right arm. I'm going to tuck it under. Bring the hands back towards my face to reach my palm. This is eagle arms. So you have lots of options here. You can keep hands together, elbows together. You can cross and hug your shoulders. Or you can take it a little further. Eagle arms. Let's have our eagle take flight. So we'll bring the elbows and hands together. We'll inhale and open your wings. Beautiful. Keep those elbows up at shoulder height and exhale them. Once more, inhale. Nice straight lines and exhale. Let's dip the arms down and just give them a break. Take the opposite foot to the floor. Let's give those arms a little shake. Nice deep breath into the belly. We'll go to the other side. So let's walk those feet together, ankles, knees, thighs. And this time we'll cross, this is my left thigh, I'm going to cross it over the right. I feel like I have to help it. Hold on to those knees and give yourself some good posture. That top foot, see if you can point the toes to the floor. And then we'll add the arms. The base foot is it's shifted to the center. It's so funny how your body knows what to do. You don't even have to think about it. Okay, release the hands down by your side, shoulders up, down, and back. Reach them out. Bend at the elbows, and we're bringing them together. Elbows, heels of your hands, and fingers. So you have some options here. You can hug your shoulders and stay right here. Or you can dip, this is my left arm dipping under. The back of the hand comes towards my face and my fingers reach the palms, or they try to. I'm going to bring my hands back to center because it's easier when we inhale and open. Our eagle takes flight. Arms together, dip them down, release. Feet on the floor. Let's hold for a breath in our belly. Okay. Let's walk our feet nice and wide here. You don't have to go too wide, just wide enough so that you can come to the center. So make sure your ankles are under your knees and you're supported well. So I'm going to take my right forearm and cross it over my right thigh. So not in line, but right across. And this hand is kind of hanging out in the center. So the opposite hand is resting on the opposite thigh, but I'm looking to stack these shoulders and open the chest. So rather kind of settling down in, I'm lifting up and out. I'm going to take the opposite arm and bring it right up next to my ear, or the best you can do. If it's looking like this, that's fine too. Notice how if you press to the inside of your thigh, you can open a little deeper. And the next time you exhale, we'll bend the elbows and come to center. Let's go to the other side. So forearm crosses the thigh, opposite hand on your thigh. This kind of hand hanging out. So left forearm crosses left thigh. Okay. This is my right hand. I'm going to bring it all the way up, right up next to my ear. And notice how if I press to the inside of my thigh, I can open my chest a little more. Also settle it down, and you can allow the weight to settle into your thigh. So you have that base. And we'll bend the elbows and bring the arm down, and we'll walk the feet together. Take one knee and bring it to your chest, give it a little hug. And the opposite knee to your chest, we'll give it a little hug. Beautiful. Just checking time, see how we're doing. Okay, good. Sitting up nice and straight and tall, let's walk those feet nice and wide. We're going to dip down, elbows on your thighs. Be mindful of your head and your neck here. If you're lifting, you're crunching. Okay. So we're going to take turns dipping one shoulder. So my right shoulder is dipping towards the center. You can turn your head in the opposite direction or keep your chin in line with your chest. So dipping one shoulder down, your feet are nice and firm. Inhale up to the center and then to the other side. One shoulder dips. The legs don't move. The legs are in cement. No moving of the legs. Just the torso is twisting just a bit side to side. Let's do one more on each side. Nice firm feet, nice firm legs. And come to center, place the heels of your hands where your elbows were. And we come to seated, walking your feet together. Taking one knee into your chest, we'll give it a little hug. And the other knee into your chest, we'll give it a little hug. Finding your sit bones and sitting up nice and straight and tall. Let's try a warrior pose in our chair. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so we're going to take, this is my right leg, I'm stretching it out to the side. Be mindful of this chair, right? So it's not all the way out, it's more out at an angle. And this, this left foot, knee right over the ankle, nice and firm, nice and sturdy. That outstretched leg, my right leg, I'm pressing through the heel, toes are coming back towards me. Inhaling, lifting the chest. We'll take the right arm out to the side and all the way up, right up next to your ear. I'm going to keep this hand here on my thigh. just for stability. Inhale, exhale, release the arm, the knee bends, knees together. Let's go to the other side. Stretching out my left leg now, coming up onto the heel. I'm mindful of my weight and how it distributes on the chair. So really activating that foot that's on the floor, really pressing it in, lifting your heart, lifting your chest. We're going to take that left arm out to the side and all the way up next to your ear. So feel that diagonal pull, reaching up, stretching up, reaching out, stretching out. And the next time you exhale, bend the elbow and feet on the floor. Let's hold for a breath. Let's do some cat and cow. So while we're seated in our chair, our feet are hip width apart, our shoulders up, down, and back. Hands on your thighs. So you can stretch those arms out in front and make them nice and straight. You're using the spine to lift your heart. So it's the arms are really not doing much here. It's the spine that lifts your heart. And then exhale and round. See if you can keep those arms nice and straight. Beautiful. Inhale and lift the heart nice and open. And exhale, round through your spine. See if you can keep those arms nice and straight. So using your breath, allow the spine to lift. Stretching the front of your spine, rounding, stretching the back of your spine. Let's do one more. And let your inhale bring you into center. And we're going to sit back in our chair. I feel like when I'm back in my chair, my feet are not as grounded. They're just almost like floating over. And I'm pretty tall. So that's got to be happening for other people. Okay, so we're going to settle our sit bones down in shoulders up, down, and back. Rest your palms on your thighs and let them look up to the ceiling. You can even allow yourself to settle in your chair, let your back hit the back of the chair, and allow your belly to be nice and soft. Close your eyes if you'd like to. And breathe deep. See if you can bring it all the way down into your belly. Imagine your arms are heavy and relaxed and supported by your thighs. Your legs are heavy and relaxed and supported by the chair and the floor. Imagine that your hands and your feet are soft and easy. And each time you exhale, draw the belly button back towards your spine, squeezing out all the old air, allowing a little more space for the next breath. See if you can start your breath down deep in the belly and fill up your torso from the bottom up. Creating some small movement in your fingers and toes. Start to wake the body from the outside in. And the last thing, your eyes open, gently, softly, coming back. Maybe you open your eyes a few times. And coming back when you're ready. Let's stay right where we are, and we'll bring our hands into Namaste, big thumbs. Rest on your heart. Spread your fingers, lots of space between. And there's a little place, a little pocket between your palms. So they're not squishing together, but a tiny little pocket between your palms. Making that mind-body connection. Little namaste bow. Namaste. I teach a special needs class, and I tell them that we're connecting our heart to our mind. And always remember that the things that come out of our mouth and the things that we think come from a place of our heart. So, namaste. Namaste.